Paul Sackett, Good News Planet. I'm here with Henley Jensen, right? Hi, Paul Sackett, Good News Planet. I'm here with Rita Henley Jensen. Hi, Rita. How are you?
I'm fine. What a great evening. It's fantastic.
Well, you should feel wonderful. This is your 10th anniversary, I believe?
It is our 10th annual 21 Leaders for the 21st Century.
So tell us what that all means.
Well, Women's eNews, which is a daily online news service, we select out of our readers' nominations 21 leaders, 20 women and one man, who really have dedicated their lives to improving the lives of women and girls. And every spring we honor them because they get too few honors.
Okay. How did the organization begin?
Well, it started at an organization called Now Legal Defense and Education Fund as a pilot project, and then after 9/11, we spun it off as an independent, and we've been independent since 2002.
Tell us a little bit about some of the people that will be honored and what they did.
Oh, there's so many. Well, Alexine Clement Jackson is standing right here, and she is chair of the Susan Komen Foundation to fight breast cancer. And one of the reasons we honor her is she emphasized prevention and also the health disparity between African American and white women, their outcomes for cancer treatment.
Organization has done very well. We've interviewed quite a few people. Even the sister of Susan, I believe.
Yes. She's very active in the foundation, yes.
That's a really good thing. So tell us about, we have one gentleman.
We do. We have Jimmy Briggs, who is a journalist who was so moved by what was going on with women in Africa and South America where he worked. He decided to start his own anti-violence organization, Anti-Violence Against Women, and to focus on youth. And to get youth to really sign up and begin to understand violence and how to avoid it.
Now, we're very involved with a project called Text for Baby. I don't know if you know about that,
No.
But it's for pregnant mothers, and they get 2 or 3 texts free on their cellular phone telling them how to be a mother 6 months before and then after. There seems to be a lot of good news coming out about taking care of the mothers and the concerns about the next generations. What do you think?
Well, it's good that you mentioned that because one of the women we're honoring, Catherine Hall Trujillo, trains midwives. And midwives have a very good record in bringing to life a new life and taking care of the mother. So we're wholeheartedly behind that.
In fact, I put a quote on today, since it's Mother's Day this weekend, from it was unknown, but it said that a mother's is the highest paying job because it's all filled with love.
But we could use some money too.
It doesn't hurt.
It doesn't hurt.
Okay, what's good news for you? Last question.
What's good news? Just once again, all these fabulous women being here, and the men, and enjoying and recognizing the wonderful work they do.
Congratulations, Rita. You do a great job.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Jimmy Briggs. Hi, Jimmy. How are you?
Good. I'm sorry. Crap. Sorry. You can edit that out.
Cut. Okay, hi, this is Paul Sackett again. Well, Jim's out of control. He could very well be out of control because he's here with about 800 women.
Exactly.
And he's the one male who is being honored as a man who is helping women, and I believe you're in the journalism field. Tell us a little bit about your background. One, congratulations. Let's start there.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I was a journalist for many years, and it was really my journey as a journalist, documenting, experiencing violence against women around the world that led me to this place of starting a campaign, starting an initiative, engaging youth to address violence against women.
Okay, so was that just an assignment you came up with, or did the media say, women are important, let's do something?
It was really, for me, it was a realization that this issue mattered. I'm a single father. I have a daughter who's 9 years old. Being a father, having a daughter, and seeing what I saw happen to women around the world, including this country, compelled me to do something more beyond just documenting, beyond just being a witness to the violence and the oppression. I felt I had to be more an active change maker in combating this.
Now you're sitting in some very good company here. What do you think about that?
To be honest with you, I'm overwhelmed by this. I mean, overwhelmed to be in the company of these extraordinary women who have been doing this work for so many years. To be very honest with you all, if I can, I feel almost out of place because I feel overwhelmed by their work, but at the same time, I graciously accept this distinction and the opportunity to present the model of a man who's standing up on behalf of women.
Well, we appreciate that immensely. As a man, we've covered this organization probably almost as long as it's been around, as we've been around about the same amount of time. And in essence, I consider myself a women's liberator. How about yourself?
I do. I mean, I consider myself a feminist, and I think men can be feminist, and feminist. We have different faces, different looks, and I feel proud to say that.
You think the word feminist equals equality?
I do, because I take the word to mean that men and women have a role in promoting and encouraging, defending the rights of everyone. That there are no issues which are women's issues, because violence and oppression, disengagement affect all of us.
What's good news for you?
For me, the good news is that my mother is here with me this evening. She's able to share this honor with me, and I have the opportunity to honor her, to thank her for mentoring me and supporting me on my journey.
Tammy, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm here with Alexine Clement Jackson. Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
What brings you here tonight?
Well, I am proud to say that I'm one of the honorees for this evening, so I'm pleased to be here.
And you're an honoree in what regard?
I'm an honoree, I think, because I have been involved for many years in volunteer work, particularly in women's issues, women's health issues, and always inclusiveness and bringing diversity, removing disparities. And I am the immediate past chair for the Susan G. Komen for the Cure Foundation.
That's what Rita said. I had a little warning.
Oh, you had a little warning. Yeah,
what you've done.
I'm very honored to have been the chair of the board. And it's a wonderful organization, and I really believe that it's leading us to the cure.
Tell us a little bit about that organization, because it's, I guess, predominantly women are involved, but men as well. But tell us a little bit about it.
Well, the mission of the organization is really to find the cure, because that's the only thing that's going to really stop people from dying. But we're also energizing research so that all of the tough things can be removed. Looking for vaccines for cancer. So it's an organization that is put in more than $1 billion in research over the past 30 years, making a difference in the research and how what's coming from there. We're also bringing awareness to women about breast cancer. Early detection saves lives, paying attention, learning how to do the self-exams, and just to be aware of all of the symptoms and signs. And then I think that it is also about empowering people to take charge of their health as well. We've seen the mortality rates come down over the past several years. Women are getting better treatment now, and so we're beginning to get to some of the goals that we want. But I know that we're not going to be finished until we find a cure or we make it a disease that you can live with. And I'm a survivor. I'm an almost 25-year survivor. So it gives me more of an interest and a drive to make sure, because I also have a daughter who is a breast cancer survivor. My mother died when I was 4 years old. My birth mother did. So it's a real scourge in our family.
To be involved with a board and to get in commitment from yourself for something like that, were you in this a medical profession, or what brought you to it? Or your own experience of having it?
My own experience of having it, but I also was very involved with organizations that were addressing breast cancer. For instance, the YWCA of the USA. I served as chair of that board for several years, and the YWCA was one of the first organizations to have programming for women who had mastectomies, because they had the exercise rooms. In those days, you know, you had to exercise and swim and get your muscles back. So they were involved. I was involved in another organization called Prevent Cancer, and that also addressed issues of breast cancer and women. And then another organization that dealt with disparities that exist among minority populations. And then, of course, Komen. I've been involved with Komen with the race. I live in the Washington, D.C. area, so I've always been involved with the Race for the Cure there. But this organization is vibrant, is exciting. Our founder and CEO is an amazing woman, Nancy Brinker.
She's on Good News.
Yeah, she's just really just charges ahead, and we're all happy to follow and to be leaders in that organization.
Last quick question, what's good news for you?
Good news for me? Good news for me is, and it doesn't have to do with breast cancer, good news for me is that my husband, who has prostate cancer, is doing well, better. I'll put it that way. That's really good news for me.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Hey Beverly, how are you?
How are you?
Rocket. Tell us about your organization.
My organization is Black Girls Rock. It's a youth mentoring organization for young women of color between the ages of 12 and 17. We mentor girls through the arts. We also have an annual award show, which is the Black Girls Rock Awards. It airs on BT, and that is a show to honor women of color who've made positive contributions in their work through, whether it be entertainment or community service, with community service being the overall determining factor.
How did the organization get started?
I started it as a reaction to what I felt was one-sided, limited imagery of women of color in media. I'm a DJ, and so I think I pay a lot more attention to the media messages and lyrics and songs than maybe a lot of other people do. And I felt like there wasn't anything to counter or balance out what was happening in the messages that, particularly that our young girls were getting. So I felt it was important to do something to give them an affirmation, which is Black Girls Rock.
So what does a girl do to get involved?
For teens, all they have to do is go to our website and apply. We have a
website?
Website is blackgirlsrock.org. www.blackgirlsrock.org, and they can just go to our website, download applications. We have volunteer applications on there. We have our summer leadership camp application, which we're taking girls from all around the world. So we have a lot of good opportunities for young girls.
Great. What's good news for you?
Good news is being here tonight amongst these other stellar people and being considered one of the 21 leaders of the 21st century.
There you go. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.